happened? How was it?
But it was like the most refreshing trip. I'm so happy I went. It it started like 11:30. Um Me and Miss Riozo, we both saw the clouds dancing. The clouds started they turned, cuz like you know how I do moment lines, so I start to see letters out in
Yeah.
public because the
Yeah.
letters are so important to me, because I value the letters. So I see letters, like if because like I said, there's a fake part of reality where reality will even show you the part where it loves you.
Yeah.
It will show you how much it loves you. And that's the fake part. The fake part of reality is it calculates to negative 186, which is loose. It's the loose part, because you know how reality is like strict and it's tight, and you have to abide by it. There's a loose part of reality. So that's where my measurement came in. All the loose parts of reality where I didn't feel like I couldn't control the reality, or I felt sad, or I felt, it's all a measurement. There is no real being sad. Like, there is no real being sad. It's just you talking to your higher self, and you unlocking the next dimension. Because that's what I also unlocked too. I thought, wow, if you think it, you can unlock it. And I thought that too. And that's
Wow.
a lot of
Yeah.
people say that, and this is what I thought. I thought, wow, I was like, when we talked, like, everything is unlocked because I put everything into measurement. So I started to control my reality. And when I started to control my reality, I started to say these things like, oh, well, then if this is the case, then, oh, we are in constant conversation with our higher self. We are never out of touch. Our higher self is giving us what we ask for. When we ask to go to the next level, that's what we don't know. So we go into the next level from, based from what we just did, and we try to go to the next level based on that. So because we have to tell our higher selves, though. It's the communication between us and the higher selves. And people were like, well, I want to talk to my higher self, but I want to do certain things. I want to do magic. Well, if you knew the moment line, you would know that magic can only happen after you do certain things. If you want to know, I'll tell you, it's just, there's just certain things. It's just like, and that was a part of my trip. It was just like, wow, the constant conversation with the higher self is going to get us to the next level. And that's what it is. And, when you see, like, let's say, for example, like, okay, if that's true, if we're able to talk to our higher selves and unlock the next level through them, and they're, because the truth, everybody has the truth, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we are human, because we have the truth. It's a it's a gamble, it's a risk, because you never know if you're going to get back to your higher self. I think that's the biggest risk, is that we are our higher selves, and then we go into life, and we we try to do our best, have fun, and do whatever is on the agenda for that dimension, or that plane, or that planet, or that life, or that body. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I started to think about. And then, that unlocks the next thought for, like, if I was with, like, a whole bunch of other people, let's say it was a party, would the trip be different if it was a party? And it's like, wow, what about the next time? That's me thinking about me unlock that's me talking to my higher self about the next trip, because obviously we can't go into the past. So when we think about the past and we're like, oh, we want to change the past, we're really thinking about changing the future. So, um, I thought about that. I thought about being free. I was thinking about, like, zero, like being free, like how zero, the price of zero is you being free. So, um, if you make yourself available and you free yourself, you're going to allow yourself to be available to everybody.
Somebody said,
And
Rand. Somebody said, wouldn't you call it the true self versus the false self, which is purely ego?
yeah, exactly, because and not everybody knows moment lines.
Thanks, G.
So I'll just say it real quick. I'll just say I have an invention that gives you the truth about everything. If you ever heard this song called Gnarly by Cat's Eye, it's a K-pop band, and they just made this song. They said, I could describe everything in one single word. That's moment line. You could say a sentence, calculate it, every letter has a value, you get an answer. The calculation has a word, so the word will match it, kind of like a dictionary. You look up the dictionary, you get a sentence. You look up the calculation, you get a word. So that's moment line. The moment line is the order of existence. And moment line, when you said true or false reality, true or false self, that is the dimension 343, negative 343. True, false.
Mm.
Like a game. You want to play true or false? That's what it is. So yes, it is true false against false self. And um you have to use your true self to get to your false self. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to be positive to get to negative. You know what I'm saying? Because the negative is that's where the treasure chest is. And like you, true word to me, because you said, that mystery box, that
Yeah.
mystery box. That's the negativity. That's you. That's when you have unlocked your all of yourself, when you unlock that treasury chest and you find all the jewels. Isn't that the end of the map? Isn't that the end of the, you know what I'm saying? So that's just like little simulations. It's not like the entire existence, but you can program your mind. That's the false reality where you could say, oh, the treasure chest is the end and I'm happy. Or you could set up your reality and be like, I want to know what the real everything really is. And then, we go based on that. Or you could go step by step. So what I learned with the 10 G's, I ate the peanut butter pyramid. I was gathering it all down, and I felt relaxed. My body felt calm. I had on jeans. I had on a t-shirt, so I felt comfortable because I had baggy jeans on. So I felt like I had on a nice outfit, and I felt cool. It had a nice little Mickey Mouse shirt on. So um and I was talking, and what I want to bring to other people, because like I want to have so many more trips with people, because
Yeah.
I feel like we can have so much fun, so much, because like I want to, because like this is true life stories, and I always bring it back to you, true, because like you said, your psychedelics work, and I remember you said the ghetto psychedelics when we were there over the weekend. And I thought that was so funny because when you say ghetto psychedelics, I think of, yeah, the psychedelics. They work but there's also a part of the psychedelics where you're like, huh? You're like, what does that mean? So
Yeah.
there's a curious, you're curious because you don't always figure things out, firsthand. So that's this ghetto psychedelics, is that there's actually a mystery to it, but it works. We know it works, and it even works for people who think they're ghetto and act ratchet and believe that they are hood and gangster and all that, and even they have the testament that the magic works for them, and all the psychedelic properties work for them. So that's what it did for me. It opened up the communication. Oh, and this is what I also thought too, True. You're
What?
gonna like this one. Balance is the foundation and the continuation and the attempt to remain and continue perfection.
Wait, say that one more time.
Balance, what we consider balance, what we have all thought balance to be, is the continuation and the recognition of and the attempt to pursue and continue perfection.
And what would perfection even be?
Perfection is the human. That's what it is. I found perfection because I calculated it. And I love that you asked that, because it's like, what is the perfection? Where would we even put the perfection? We're gonna put the perfection in ourselves. Because that's where it is. The perfection, we found perfection in this dimension. It wasn't in our last dimension. It's gonna be in our next dimension. And they're gonna ask, oh, what is perfect? Because obviously you think our next dimension knows about humans. Do you think when we die we're gonna know about humans? We might not
Perception.
know that
I
we were
got it.
human,
Perceive.
but do you think we're gonna know about the human species in our next life?
Maybe, maybe not. The Jew said perfection is a perception I cannot perceive.
Mm. Because it's hard to place it. You're like, what is perfect? If you say perfect, you're gonna say what makes it perfect, what is perfect, and then you're gonna say, how is it perfect? So if you calculate perfect, you get the value 26. 26 is human. I'm going to say that because that's what the evolution of the master is. We're going to say master, being a master. What is being a master to you, True? Isn't that close to the closest thing to like an alive person being perfect?
Uh, I don't know, cause I think I'll like now I perceive perfect as not even being a good or a bad thing, cause perfection plays both sides. It's like both sides of the coin, cause you can perfectly fall on something and chop your head off it, cause you fell on
Right.
it perfectly. So I'm
Right.
saying perfect is like, it's not describing something that's just all the way just good. And I think when you say perfection, I think that's the way a lot of people look at it. They don't look at life as being perfect because they don't include all the bad stuff that's happening, knowing
Right.
that everything is perfect, like whether it's bad or good, it's perfectly happening. That's why it's happening. And this is perfection
Right.
to me.
Yep.
Sounds crazy,
Yep.
but yeah, that's how I feel about perfection.
Well, this is the thing we have to think, because we want to get to balance. We want to balance ourselves. We want to balance each other. We want to, if we see balance, we want to do it. We want to commit to it, because the balance, like, what I showed myself. I said, I was like, wow. I was like, balance. I was like, because we want to stay the same. When we're balanced, we want to. Well, when we try to balance, we want to remain. We want to keep it there.
Currency.
We want to keep it at that same spot, same place, same feeling, same everything. So if we want everything the same, and we want to continue that, potentially, let's say infinity, what would we want to attach infinity and balance with? What would we want to add to that mixture? What ingredient? What dimension? What kind of ingredient would we want to add infinity and balance with? Let's say infinity, negative 207, balance 70. So that's negative 137. If we go to that word is conform. So what would be the word to add to conform to make balance and perfect, no, balance and infinity, the perfect calculate, like the best
Human,
calculation
human,
to
human.
conformity?
Cause like when you just think about like being human and trying to balance life, to where it's not completely bad, but it's not completely good. But are trying to have a balance to where you can better understand and go through life seeing things. It's
Right.
like I don't know. The balance thing is all like everything is all misconstrued to me now. Like
That's what I
I don't
thought too.
understand and I don't get none of it no more like I used to. Like, cause I always
Yep.
thought you wanted to have this balance in life. But it's crazy because like even when you get the balance of your understanding in life, it don't stop life from doing what it does. It just makes you look at life differently. But life doesn't stop doing all the things. Life never stops doing all the things that it do ever. You look at it differently and you go, well, this makes sense because of this, or this makes sense because of that. So it's like, is it really truly a way that you can balance it? Or is that another idea that we have in order to make life okay to live?
And this is exactly because this is what I was gonna say. This is even for people who believe in God. Because what God made everything perfect, right? That's what they say. That's
That,
what they believe. They believe God is the person that made everything perfect, that makes everything perfect. So if we have perfection, if we're in perfection,
shit, you
because we're in
signed the
God,
contract. Your fate is
we're in
sealed.
God's we're in God's creation. So that's for that's the God testimony. I could say something even deeper than that
Like, what
about
if, but,
real life.
okay, did you see anything that was dealing with God on this experience on the 10 grams?
Well, see, now this is what it's always going to go back to, because I say God because I just talk to the people. I want to maintain God's balance because I believe in God. I want to maintain the balance
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect way to explain it. So I say that. However, I believe God like the true God is a part of the evolution between animal and human, which is Homo erectus. So I think that's what God is, because I think God is pre-developed. He's developed. It's a developed being. Definitely, God is, yes. However, it's not more developed than a human. So I think we are the evolution to God.
Dang,
We are
that's
the next
trippy.
level to God. Yeah.
That's trippy. That's kind of dope to look at it like that, though. That's kind of dope to
Yeah.
look at it like that. That
Yeah. And
would
then
make kind of sense.
Yep, cause I did it with Moment Line, cause I was like master, no master, animal. I was like, what's after animal? God. And
Yeah,
I was like, what's after God? I was like, gotta be human, cause it's me. So I'm like, well, what's in between human, animal and I mean animal and human? Obviously, it has to be something that is on the number line, on the history line, on the timeline. So I was like, damn, it got to be the evolutionary thing. So I was like, boom,
yeah.
Homo erectus.
Nah, you know it's crazy, right? Because
Mm.
I never talk like when somebody's talking about their understanding of God or whatever they're talking about. Like, I don't try to change that because I have my own conclusion of God. I don't, to
Oh
me,
wow.
yeah, I have my own conclusion, but I like to listen to everybody else's in order so I can also see it that way because I can understand it now. So it's like, but if I start spitting my own conclusion right now, it'll just go against what other people are saying about what they think God is. That's why, I'm just saying to the chat, I always just let everybody express their what they think it is. You feel me? Because it's that too. It goes just beyond because everything is like infinite, and it can be infinitely made into whatever idealistic thing you want it to be. Because I was saying it the other day, your mind gonna always say you're right on anything. So you feel me? You can have your own
Yeah.
belief, and like I know how to accept that. I know how to accept others' beliefs on the things that they look at because that's just how they see it, and I'm okay with that. I'm not here to argue about who God is or what that is or this crazy ass thing. I don't like to do that too much no more. Unless I'm just here talking about myself, then it'd be different. But
Yeah.
this is Rance's understanding on what he's seen and what he went through on his 10 grams.
Yep. Definitely. And true. Um, I started because even before that, I started to think with Moment Line. I was like, well, if the air is all available, we all hear our brain, our minds. I mean, our everything is in our brains, right? Like our internal voice, our processes, and stuff like that. We have our own individual. secluded, process.
Yeah.
I could process all this over here without anybody else, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
interfering with or anything, or adding on to something or whatever. So that I started to think about that, but then I was like, everything is free. The air is free. So I'm like, damn, is there a way to link our minds? Like I could like flood my mind out of my head and have the energy floating in front of me, and you could do the same, and then somehow we could see our minds like interacting in the sky or something like that if we were to like choose a place. That's I think that's what we're getting to. That because you know how
I
like
think
there's a
that's what.
technological.
Do you think, in a sense, that's what we do already? Because, like, basically, you're sharing your thoughts right now, and
Right.
me listening to your thoughts and what you see. I'm living in it at the same time as I'm
Mm.
hearing it. I'm not just hearing it, but I'm living in it. I'm having sharing. You're sharing your experience with me, so I can see your experience, and I can live your experience.
Right, because and you know it's even more funny. Sometimes when we talk, they be like, "Oh, I just saw that. Oh, that just happened to me."
Yeah.
So there's a synchronicity. There's value to it. It's either maybe the you either experienced it already or you're about to experience
Are
it,
you about
and
to?
that's why.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's why we choose our friends wisely because everybody has something to say, and our friends are the ones who listen. So if we listen so hard to our friends and we allow our friends to express ourselves, then we're responsible for those moments because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Like, I think this will, even though somebody took that away, I think that was a good question right there, though, Justin. I'm not gonna lie. He said, "What if everything has always existed? Why do humans always think there's a beginning and an end?"
Can you say that again? 'Cause I like that.
He said, "What if everything has always existed? Why do humans always think there is a beginning and an end?"
Mm.
I think I, to me, I feel like that's because that's how, like, everything that we create, that we make, it has a beginning and an end. Our stories have a beginning and an end. Our movies have a beginning and an end, which is the same thing. Our ideas, our thoughts always have a beginning and an end. I think that's just what we live in. You feel me? Even lives, like the body has a beginning and an end. Our food has expiration dates. This is what we're circled around. Like, we even said about, like, whales. Whales only live this many years. Turtles only live this many years. This animal only lives this many years. A fly only lives for one day. I think that's what we circle this lifetime around. Is it's always a beginning and an ending to it. But yeah, Rance, I knew you was gonna, like, break through. But what was you seeing in the clouds though?
Bro, again, and Mystery Ozo said he saw the same thing. I was sitting on the hammock and I was just looking up because the clouds were moving, and he also like even before that, like a couple minutes before that, he or maybe like 20 or whatever, he noticed that one bunch of clouds was moving one way, the other bunch was moving the other way. So he was like, just look at that. I was like, wow, that's interesting. But what I saw was like a physical, like, I was like, damn, did everybody see that? I was thinking, like, damn, did the mushrooms like pierce through the dimension where if somebody is tripping, they can manifest like physical magic and everybody could see it at the same time, even if they're tripping or not? That's what I was starting to
Yeah,
think. So I started to see like the S in the clouds and they were dancing because I do moment lines. So, the letters are the true forms, the true shapes of existence. And and even the Chinese letters, even the Spanish characters, the different languages. So as an English carrier, as an English speaker, I represent English. So I saw the S's, and the S's, they could be snakes, they could be as animals, they could be, because I'm just thinking about like the existences of like what everything could be encapsulated and defined by. So I saw the S's moving and dancing. He was like, "Did you see that?" Because something in the psychedelics, his higher self was telling him that maybe there was a chance. Because I didn't even get that message. I didn't even say, "Hey, Mr. Yozo, did you see that?" I didn't even think about saying that because I was seeing it for myself. I was thinking that I was doing it, but
Oh wow.
something in him, something in him, uh, told him and believed to ask me, "Did you see that?" Because there was an opportunity that I could have seen something.
Yeah.
Because something in his psychedelics unlocked it, but nothing in my psychedelics unlocked it. But that's okay though, because we both are, we both. That's the whole system. That's the system. That's the system.
So, so what was the wait? Hold on. Was the 10 grams? Was they pretty strong to you, or was that the most you ever took?
That's the most I've ever taken. And the first time I went to infinity, the first time it was strong. I felt it
Yeah.
physically. I couldn't move. But this time, that's why I was like, that's when he said 10 grams. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I hope I don't go crazy. Like, not go crazy. I don't go crazy, but the thing is that I feel pain. I could feel the simulation of the pain because I believe I know about, or I think about the pain of the planet. So when I
Yeah.
do my trips, like when I do the mushrooms, they offer me pain to feel so that I can work with them so that they can know the pain on my scale. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you invest in certain things on the planet, your trips they're gonna invest in you.
Yeah. Exactly. You'll feel all the pain. Every
You'll
type of
feel
pain there
everything.
is. Every
Yep.
type of pain that was like really ever created was just
For real.
wow.
And that's whatever you think, whatever your mind attaches to, because like I said, this is what I believe. We're in
Yeah.
contact with our higher self. Our higher self already knows. So, there's a
Okay.
fake reality and a real reality.
That's
And
what
that's what it's exposing.
I wanted to ask you. So, did you see the difference between your higher self and your lower self?
Yes, because of deception. I was able to recognize because that's what my me and my higher self was doing. Because you know how that's how you do it. You know how like sometimes you got to like wiggle into your jeans. That's what it is, or wiggle into a certain spot. Because
Yeah.
like you gotta like shift it. You gotta kind of like make it happen. You gotta vibrate it enough to where it fits sometimes.
Yeah.
So with the higher self, sometimes you have to go to extreme measures. And that's why I said measurement. I started to say measurement. I know it's on the moment line, but I started to say it to myself more closely because I wanted because like if I were to bring because I started to bring things out of measurement and then I would bring it back into measurement, but I would do it innately. So that's why I was like, damn, that must have to be my higher self because I'm not doing it. God's not doing it. So I'm like, well, that's my higher self. And my higher self was like, yep, it's me. So I was like,
Yeah.
wow. I was like, that's measurement. I was like, I'm putting things into measurement and I'm allowing myself to measure because I can't allow myself. I wouldn't measure my death because I wouldn't be here for it. I would measure my pain though.
Yeah. So, what
You
you
could
think?
measure pain, you can't measure death.
So, what you think the height of your experience was?
I think the height was the peak. I'm gonna say um it was nice when I smoked that blunt too because I felt it all on my legs. I felt that shit all on my legs. That shit was beautiful. I was like, oh shit.
Uh,
That shit was nice. I even go flex, Brody. I was
oh
like,
man.
I would probably say that. I would
Yeah.
definitely say that.
Hey,
That shit
that's
was nuts.
ain't that some shit though? Like that'll be the height.
That's right.
Smoking that blunt, that was the best part right there because I could feel it everywhere. It wasn't even
Feel
the
it
visuals, the
everywhere.
clouds, or none of that. Nah, that makes sense though.
For real, cause when as soon as I downloaded that blunt, bro, I I literally like, cuz this is the thing. Psychedelic calculates to 52 fashion. So if you're in the mushrooms, that's a psychedelic. If you're in the weed, that's a psychedelic.
Yeah,
If you're in the acid, psychedelic. If you're in the salvia, that's a psychedelic. MEO DMT, psychedelic. But when you start to mix, when you start to add psychedelics together, that's a S on the psychedelics. So maybe that's why I even saw the S dancing, because I smoked and then and I was on the shroom, so I saw the S as
yeah,
a symbolization, as both, as a multiple, as a multi. I guess maybe snake is like a representation of multiplicity, because you shed and then you still are, you end up being multiplied, I guess, or whatever.
yeah. I was trying to
So
get you to sit back. I'm like, man, y'all need to sit back and close your eyes. I wanted to see if
I
y'all was
couldn't.
gonna get some crazy visuals.
My higher self hasn't unlocked that part of me yet.
Yeah,
Cause I'm not gonna do it until I end slaughter. I lock certain powers in me until I end slaughter, because I don't want the beauty to seep through the evil on the planet while it's still happening. I guess, as a protector, I want to end the evil, end as much evil as I can first. See how much evil I can end. See the realistic part of it. Then when I see the results, then I could choose which powers I unleash. Because I think that's what everyone's doing. And even some people, they're like, the world is too good. I don't wanna expose evil.
but it's crazy though, cause some people what they like. Okay, what you would look at as being evil to you, to them
Hmm.
they look at as being something good.
Right. But this is the thing though. That's deception, because we all know the truth. We all have the truth. That's the higher self. And being here, that's a part of the truth also. Is just, the truth is, that's the truth. Is that we could all come here. If we could just say our observation, that's the truth. Because that's what we're speaking on.
So
Every word is light, so we could see what we're doing.
so if it's, do you think if it's true to the individual that makes it true?
No, because the individual has the opportunity to deceive, even if they don't know the truth, and they speaking on intellect, speaking on imagination, speaking on experience. They still have the opportunity to get that wrong, like he said, true self or false self. So that
Yeah.
it ends up being false self.
Don't that, I think sometimes I be thinking we all do that. I think we all be
Mhm.
like, deceiving in the way that we don't know, because there's still so much that we don't understand. But what we think we understand, we want to put it across like we really understand it, and I don't think anybody really understands shit. I hate to say
That's big
it.
facts.
I don't
That's
think
big facts.
anybody
Even,
understands anything. It just sounds good. It sounds
but what
logical, so it works.
and true. And what do you think the foundation of these experiences is?
You.
I think it's more protected than that. True.
Why you say that? Why? Why would it be?
Because I don't think we can fight everything. We can't fight the truth. Well, we can't fight. It has to be something like, because we're already divine. Like, we're divine, so it doesn't land on us. It lands on the words we choose. I think it lands on the words we choose. I think it lands on the words, because the words are the separate. Like, we could cut a word and it doesn't hurt, but if we cut a human, it hurts. That's why I say it's not on us. If we put it on us, we gonna feel it. If we put it on the words, we
But,
could
but when you think about it, like we put it all on us, like and we do
mm,
feel it. Like a lot of people do feel it. Like even if it's not
right,
you at the time, like everybody does feel it. Like we're always,
right.
I feel like carrying the world on our shoulders, and uh,
Mm.
and it's kind of crazy, bro, because that's what we
Do
do.
you think? Do you think it's the words that we feel the weight of when we memorize them, and because the word, there has to be something different about the words we don't know that it actually does.
It
The power
creates
of the word.
the power of the words. It creates sentences. The letters create words that create sentences that help create, an understanding of what's being said, what's being looked at, what's happening, and all those different things. And like we start to live in those, which I always say the ideas. We begin to live in the ideas of life, and we be in. I was talking about this yesterday. Like I feel like like we just reacting to everything that ever happened. Like we're just a reaction. Like we not even really real. You feel me? Because you was already taught to feel pain in a certain way. You was taught to everything that you do. You learned it from somewhere else. You was learned or taught to feel that way or to be that way. And over time, you took the best parts of that and made it yours and said, "Okay, I'm gonna do it this way." But it's still, it seems like it's not yours, but it's yours. Like you get what I'm saying? Like because you know how the Shaolin monks, you feel me? How they go through their little thing and then they can cut theyself and like train theyself not to feel theyself cutting theyself or stabbing
Oh wow,
theyself. You feel me? They
wow,
can they
yeah.
train to for their body not to feel certain pain. Like Bruce Lee said, I bruise on the inside, not the outside type shit. And so
That's
yeah,
why.
so
And you
the
know
words
what? And the
create a
shrooms, they
filter of
bruise,
belief.
so they must like that word.
Oh yeah, they bruise as soon as you touch them and you pick them. As soon as you
Yeah,
pick them.
that so something about that, because bruise calculates to 65 right,
Mm.
like right or left. So 65 right, bruise is right. So, oh, you know what I also thought true? This is another thing that I thought about last night. Left is written, right is correct.
I mean, yeah, that's the way we put it.
Because left, if you think about it, bro, if you think about it, bro, left is written, right is correct. Because, when we go to the left, that means we already, that's like the future. The left is the future because um the left is the future because we it was written
What people call pain
and then it happens. Some things happen because it was written. You know what I'm saying? Like written on a piece of paper, written down, like, and the right side is correct because, well, the right side is the real side, I would say, and the left side is the
yeah,
written part, the predestined, the story, the moment. The left is the moment, the right is the air.
yeah. Hold on,
Because the
I ain't trying to cut you off, but
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
they've been saying a lot of good stuff in the chat. I'll be trying to read it, but UL said
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's
he
go.
said what people call pain is nothing but a language that the body uses to communicate for structural instabilities. And Jew said something good too. He say best option is to stay humble, not to be in a rush for gnosis. Be at peace with yourself, with open receptors to intercept bits and pieces. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Cause it's crazy though. Cause like I be feeling like that. The more you search for certain things, you're like once you get a new idea, bro, that shit leads to another one and another one and another one and another one, and you just go through constantly searching or building on this fictional idea of what we was just talking about being better. You feel me? Like you'll just keep kind of going, bro. You'll keep building steps and different places, and it just keep going on and on and on and on. But yeah, we stay in our imagination. But I gotta go, Rance. Man,
Oh yeah, bro.
I thank you
You
for
were
stopping
you were
by
such a
and sharing
pleasure,
that.
bro. Such a treasury, bro. I appreciate you, always,
Yeah.
bro, because you got the mind to unlock my mind. So I just want you to know that,
Now
bro.
you unlocking my mind. We doing this all together. We are
Yeah,
one
bro.
mind, like they say. We are all one mind, which is dope. But
Dope, real dope,
yeah, I'm
because
gonna
we gonna
cut
all
it.
do it.
I don't want it to be a long video because you did good with what you were saying and what you was explaining. I want it to stay
Yeah,
that. I don't want to get beside it. You feel me? So I
and I
thank you.
appreciate that, bro. Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm gonna holla at you, bro.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be soon. Oh, and I'm on my way to Oregon next week, so I'll be in Cali soon.
Oh, all right. Hit me up.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, yeah, y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like I got so beside the point of like like my experiences. I feel like my experiences is my experience, and like my experiences show the way that I look at things and like all that different stuff. But it's like kind of weird now. Like when somebody is like even explaining or saying their experience, I don't like to take away from it no more. I don't like to make it seem like okay, well, no, you got to do it like this, or no, it means this, and like I don't like to do that no more. Like if you come up here and you're talking to me, I like to live in your moment when it's your moment because I want to see how you're looking at it. I already know how I look at it. Everybody here already really knows how I look at it. So I just like to enjoy. I like it's almost like I like the story now. I like your story because I can live in your story for a moment and see it from your perspective. Like I don't need to tell you nobody their perspective is wrong. I'll do that on my own goddamn time. You feel me? Like I do that on my own time when I'm in my zone, zoning and shit. But I don't think I like to do that no more because I think everybody has their own experience, and if we can look at it from the person's experience that's giving it to us because they the one that live in it, then we can see better and we can have a better understanding of why this person thinks like that or why this person reacts like that instead of trying to make that person's reaction be what you think it should be. We can't always do that. Like it's cool to like throw little shit out there, but like I don't like to really that's like too much now to me. Like I can't say that your experience is not right. I can't, I don't know. I just can't do that no more. I like to kind of just listen to the story and let me when I go and watch X-Men or the new Superman, I don't try to tell Superman how he should be flying, okay? Because right now everything is just a movie. I don't need to tell Superman, hey man, you should just take Lex Luthor out right now because the movie. It's his movie. It's Superman's movie. How come I can't just sit back and just enjoy Superman's movie and watch it and go, oh shit, you feel me? That was dope. Okay, and now I can see things how Superman see it instead of trying to insert my own perspective into Superman. Let Superman be Superman. Let people be people. Like we always gonna find the time to be able to help people and help them probably see things differently. But at the same time, we got to know how to be able to help ourselves and be able to look at it through their eyes. We have to learn how to do that. If I can sit here and I can learn to look at through your eyes, then I'll have a better understanding of you and why you look at things or believe the things that you believe. And that's all I gotta say. You feel me? I might be crazy and I don't care, but that's it. I'm gone, man. I'ma holler tomorrow and then tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna come in and talk about my crazy ass experience too. You feel me? But I kind of wanted this to be Rance time. I want to do it like that from now on. Like when a person come in and they talk how they talk about their experience. I want to leave it at that and let them have their time. So we'll be able to dive in and then we can say what we want about it, in the comments or whatever. But let their time be their time and not try to overshadow it with all the other things. So on that note, man, thanks for watching and